And hello from Stuart Robson and myself, Nigel Adderley. Welcome to the New York Stadium, home of Championship side Rotherham. And the stars of tomorrow are on show tonight as the under-19s of England and Italy meet in an international friendly. And Stuart, what sort of opposition can Sean O'Driscoll's side anticipate tonight?
Well, over the years, Italy haven't done particularly well at junior levels, at under-17, under-19s. They haven't done particularly well, but only a little while ago in 2013 they got to the final and should have won the European Under-17 Championship, and 9 of the players that played in that team are in the squad for Italy here tonight. So they have got some good players, some players that have played in Serie A. Mandragora made his debut for Genoa against Juventus only 3 weeks ago and had a decent game, so it's going to be a good test for this England side.
And there are plenty of players who are impressing at big Premier League clubs up and down the country. And Sean O'Driscoll has been keen to say that he believes it's an honour to borrow these players for a few days at a time to help their overall development. But it's surprising really that Italy have not developed as many young players in recent years as you would think a country with their pedigree would do.
Well, I think maybe in the 80s and 90s they were able to buy the best players from all around the world, so they didn't concentrate quite so much on their youth system. France have taken over, Spain have taken over, maybe England are now beginning to take over as well. Italy have struggled at youth level since that team in 2003 that had Chiellini and Aquilani in it.
But both of these sides recorded 3 wins out of 3 in the first stage of qualification for the European Championships. That was in the last international break. And there's a good crowd building inside the stadium here tonight. All 12,000 tickets have been sold, so it will be a raucous atmosphere for these young England players. And this stadium has already experienced an England international. The under-18s beat Germany here back in April, and Harry Winks of Tottenham scored the winning goal on that occasion. And he's involved in the under-19 party tonight as our referee Darren Bond leads out the 2 teams. And the ticket price is very competitive for this game, which is why we have so many youngsters here to enjoy the occasion. And it's always an opportunity to say, I was there, if and when any of these players really strike it big on the international or Premier League stage. And before the match gets underway, we will have the formalities of the 2 national anthems. But this sort of experience, even pre-match, is all about building the confidence and the reputations of these young England players. And they should really look to thrive in something like this.
They certainly should. England have got some good young players that haven't had too much first-team experience, but they've got technically good players. They're tactically much better than they have been for quite some while. And Sean O'Driscoll's done a really good job with this team. And this is all part of the development to make them full international players.
There is the captain of Italy, Lorenzo Pellegrini of Roma. Plenty of famous names from Italy's Serie A are represented in this team. And they, like England, scored plenty of goals in their qualifying matches during the last international break. And both of these teams are through to the elite round for the European Championships. And the draw for that will take place at the UEFA headquarters in Neon next week. And the finals will be held in Greece next summer. And England have never won the under-19 European Championships. And as Stuart said, Italy winners once back in 2003. But it's noticeable that very few of their side actually made it through to the senior team and greater success at domestic level. always rousing Italian national anthem, we have God Save the Queen. This a home debut for Sean O'Driscoll as the under-19 manager tonight. And here are the two teams, and the only changes from England's final victory against Belgium in the Euro qualifying stage sees Chelsea's highly rated Isaiah Brown replace Bradley Fuster of Middlesbrough in attack, and Manchester City's Angus Gunn returns after injury in goal. Italy have striking problems due to injuries themselves and call up to senior teams, so Christian Benigno and Luca Vido are given an opportunity to impress. And among the England subs, Russell Griffiths, the Everton goalkeeper, will hope to get involvement at this level for the first time. And number 17, Harry Winks, as we said, scored the winning goal inside this stadium for the under-18s against Germany earlier this year. And this New York Stadium, in only its third season, is an ideal venue for this sort of age group. It will generate a terrific atmosphere, and it really will feel like a home game for England, who performed extremely well in Luxembourg, banging in the goals against Belarus, Luxembourg and Belgium. And Patrick Roberts is somebody who plays on a regular basis for his club, Fulham, now in the Championship. A prodigious talent at the age of only 17.
Well, he certainly is. He's very quick. He's going to play on the right-hand side of a front three. That is the player I was talking about earlier, Mandragora, who made his debut for Genoa against Juventus in Juventus' only loss of the season.
So England will get the game underway in all white, playing from left to right in the first half. They come into this game with a far higher UEFA ranking than Italy, which should make them favourites. And it's an Italian team who've had their problems in terms of selection, and England should really look to capitalise.
Well, it looks though Italy are going to try and press England as much as they can right at the start of the game. So it's important that Isaiah Brown, when the ball does come forward, does get hold of it, does back in. If it comes again, oh, there's a mistake.
Angus Gunn there, almost embarrassed in the opening 30 seconds. But he got away with one. And as you say, the press right from the start.
He just lost concentration there, sending all the defenders up. Didn't realise that Vido was going to close him down.
This is the first meeting between these two nations at this level since the European Championships back in 2008. It was a goalless draw on that occasion. But we hope for some goals here in Rotherham tonight. Maragini. He is quickly robbed by Ruben Loftus-Cheek of Chelsea. And he is one of the players to look out for here this evening. Roberts. Dele Alli, another player who is a first-team regular for MK Dons in League One, wearing number 6, is quickly looking to turn defence into attack, but Italy momentarily win it back, and now Vido does capitalise on a mistake. Benino just wanted too long, and it's a good job for England he did.
Well, it's interesting that the holding midfield player, the captain, Morris, is going back in between his centre-halves at the moment. He's going to sweep up in front and in behind. There he takes too long on the ball. Italy didn't make the most of it in the end. Vido failing to turn with it.
Opportunity for going to clear his lines more conclusively this time. Neatly done by Chilwell of Leicester City. Now Ola Aina of Chelsea finds his teammate Loftus-Cheek rather fortuitously. Roberts, first real chance for him to attack. Brown. That's a decent effort. A sighter in the opening 3 minutes.
Well, he's a big centre forward. He's also got some ability. Roberts playing on the right-hand side. He's very much a left-footed player, running with the ball. Trying to combine with the centre forward, Isaiah Brown.
Already played in the Premier League for West Bromwich Albion at the age of 16 before moving to Chelsea. He's quickly looking to close down Scuffet, the goalkeeper. Jose Mourinho has spoken of Isaiah Brown in glowing terms already. And he's not somebody who bandies around compliments very easily.
No, a lot of these Chelsea players that are playing tonight will have a lot of European experience. They've played in the Next Gen series and now the Champions League, Youth League. And they're doing very well at the moment, Chelsea, having won all their games.
Paragini invites the challenge from Ali and also gets the first free kick of the evening for Italy.
Ali coming across, does he get a little nick on Paragini? 6-1, half dozen the other. Foul goes in the Italians' favour.
Paragini's seen plenty of first-team football himself in Serie B for Perugia so far in this campaign.
Zonal marking from England. 5 players in a line, then a bunch of players just in front of them.
Pellegrini with the free kick. Oh, goodness me, that was dangerous delivery. And England fortunate nobody got the vital touch.
Well, it was a brilliant delivery, wasn't it? Pellegrini whipping this one in with pace. Nobody can get their head on it. It's a difficult one to defend. If one of the English players does get a touch on it, and it was Ali that let it go over his head, could easily have scored an own goal. He's a good technical player. The midfield player, the captain, Pellegrini.
He's another player who is currently involved in the UEFA Youth League with Roma, playing against the likes of Manchester City. Those sort of competitive games against overseas opponents has got to help development as well.
Oh, it's a wonderful tournament.
Perugini. It's a poor ball though. Brown. Confident to come deep, but then gives the ball away very cheaply to Verde. Benino. Maybe looks for the free kick, but only gets the throw-in.
Good strong challenge from Galloway. One of the 2 centre-halves alongside Anya.
Italy have come out to play here. That's a good sign for the game as a whole. Smith-Brown. And get the free kick.
Well, it wasn't for the second challenge, it was the first one that just knocked him off his stride.
Aina was the player fouled. He takes a chance. And Italy come away with the ball. Paragini.
There's a couple of times now that Aina has tried to come out with the ball, not realised about the space in front of him. Yes, of course, England want to play out from the back, but you've got to do it with quality. You've got to make sure there's space to run into. You don't dribble out from the back. You run with the ball into space. It's up to midfield players to create that space for him.
Sean O'Driscoll is the sort of manager who will always encourage his players to express themselves. He was saying before this game that in terms of technique and technical ability, he believes that England currently have a squad to match anyone in the world, which is very strong talk.
Yeah, and I'd go along with him to a certain degree. England have certainly come on technically. Athletically, they're excellent. Still think we struggle tactically at times. And that's something that Sean O'Driscoll and the coaching staff have got to re-examine.
Verde been busy down the right so far. Pellegrini. That's a good ball. Perugini. Supported by Laporta. Perugini again. He looks a real box of tricks. But the cross did not match the build-up.
Yeah, good play, Perugini. Past his marker a little bit too easily there, Smith-Brown.
Roberts looking to change the point of the attack. There's Galloway. England at the moment are finding it very difficult to get in behind Italy. Nice turn from Ali. And a good ball as well to pick out Smith-Brown, who isn't behind the cover now, but Laporta recovers with a fine challenge.
He does well to get the challenge. That was a dangerous one to make as well. Good play from England in midfield to get the ball into that wide right area. Fullback making the forward run.
In the end, all Morris can do is concede the throw-in, and there is Alessandro Pagne, the coach of Italy, who was a player himself in Serie A for Empoli. They had a spell in the top flight maybe 30 years ago now. Galloway. Morris. Loftus-Cheek looks to find his teammate at Chelsea, Brown, who does well to recycle possession, but Italy are there in numbers. Mandragora. And now Pellegrini. Bonino. Galloway sticks to him well. And already this is looking to be a decent contest for England.
Certainly is. Italy have tried to press the ball. It's going to be a game played at a high tempo. Quick decisions are going to have to be made.
Bonino there, just for a second, seemed to have got in between the two central defenders, but Aina does well to recover.
There again, he tried to dribble out from defence. Didn't do it particularly well.
He was part of Chelsea's under-21 side, which won the Premier League title last season.
Well, it's a slightly lopsided midfield for England. Barker's trying to come in from that left-hand side to support Loftus-Cheek, Morris and Ali. And Roberts is given a lot of width out on the right-hand side. It's interesting the way Barker's playing. He's out wide at the moment, but he will come in field to try and get that little bit of space to then get Chilwell going down the outside of him.
And he scored 3 goals, Brendan Barker, in the recent European Championships Those 3 games played in Luxembourg when England scored 15 goals. Brown does well to find Loftus-Cheek. Right idea.
Good support. Ball played in. Brown. I think he's just trying to dink it back over the goalkeeper. Doesn't quite wrap his foot round it. Doesn't go with power. He's just trying to lift it over the goalkeeper. Very difficult from that sort of angle.
Troyani just stepped across to restrict the angle for Loftus-Cheek. But he is another player who has... There's a buzz about him, isn't there, in the Premier League already, even at such a tender year.
Well, he likes to play the game at his own pace. He's very upright. Good pass with the ball. He manipulates the ball well. This time England are stopping Italy from playing out from the back.
There's an Italian player also down injured, receiving some treatment, and it's Laporto, the fullback. So Italy are playing with 10 men at the moment. Loftus-Cheek looking to capitalise, and England may do so now. Smith-Brown, Roberts, and it's down this left that Italy are short-handed. There is Laporto receiving some treatment, but Roberts rather drifted into a cul-de-sac there.
He was surrounded. Might have been fouled to start with, just trying to turn away.
Gini does well to win the corner. So some running repairs on the nose of Laporto at the moment.
Well, he's certainly an exciting player, Roberts, the Fulham man. Just got to make the right decisions, when to run with it, when to play into the front and joining in, when to play around pressure. Invariably makes all the right decisions.
Smith-Brown. Barker does well to find Brown, and England could be in here. Chilwell needs some support now, gets it from Barker. Dele Alli is also in the vicinity. Italy now have numbers back though. Reina. That's a disappointing end to a fine move.
But he's finally going to come back onto the field. Well, you'd think he is.
Alessio Laporto. Didn't see how he received the injury. It could have been when he challenged and slid in on Roberts a few moments ago. Here's Barker popping up in the central area. Dele Alli to his left. Loftus-Cheek! Good save by the goalkeeper, Brown! And the Chelsea man gives England the lead.
Well, it's a good finish from Brown, but it's excellent play down the left-hand side. The cross was a perfect one, and Loftus-Cheek just drifted into the box. Watch here, they create two. The fullback has to come narrow, then he can't get back out there, and it's a good first-time ball. And he does the right things, Loftus-Cheek. He tries to head it back across the goalkeeper. He can only parry it back out into a dangerous area, and there was Brown to finish really well. But it was the cross that made it, and the run of Loftus-Cheek.
Another moment for the 17-year-old to remember in his developing career. It's not easy to ghost into an area when you're 6'4", but Loftus-Cheek did it there.
Well, he's got playing with three central midfield players. We talked about Barker coming in field as well, so he has got licence to go and support Brown, who's maybe the lone striker through the middle.
It was quickly closed down by Benino. And the party piece is already coming out from Loftus-Cheek. That's commanding play again. He's got support again from Dele Alli. Barker was looking for the slip pass inside the fullback, but Darren Bond has given the free kick. The foul by Paragini.
Yeah, I think he throws himself to the ground right at the end of it, does Ali. There's a slight touch on him. The pace of the game is changed every time it goes into Loftus-Cheek and he gets a turn away from somebody. Gets away from the pressing of Italy.
Ali. Brandon Barker over the free kick. Simone Scouffet, the goalkeeper, just trying to get every single angle right. It's Ali. It's a corner.
He didn't try and hit it too hard. He realised where the space was. Technique that so many of the players use these days, almost using the side of his foot just to get that little bit of dip on it.
England work it short, and the flag will be up. Well, a free kick's been given, I should say, for the foul on Barker.
Yeah, maybe the referee could have played advantage. There's the foul. It is a foul by the number 10,
pretty close to the penalty area.
Now, is this going to be whipped in by Roberts with his left foot? Italy trying to hold a very high line beyond their penalty spot. There's a lot of space for Roberts to hit this into. He'll be looking to put it in at the far post if everybody misses it.
4 in 4 at this level already for Patrick Roberts. And they have to wait for number 5.
Right angle on it, wrong height, unfortunately.
Italy have barely been inside the England half since the goal. There may be now. It's one for Vido to chase. But the 17-year-old was never going to catch that, and now Roberts has got him behind Laporto. Pellegrini. In fact, it wasn't Pellegrini, it was Arturo who made the challenge. Looking to break again with Barker. And they will have another corner.
A chance to cross it with his left foot. Tried to drag it back onto his right. Excellent coach, O'Driscoll. Brilliantly at Bournemouth.
Ball was played short towards Brown, who wasn't picked up. Oh, what a magnificent goal! 2 in 5 minutes for Isaiah Brown.
Well, I'll have to have a look at it again. Looks to be a brilliant finish, or does it take a slight deflection? Again, Italy switched off at the corner. He threatens to shoot, takes it inside again. It looks like he just wraps his foot round it and gets it past that first defender who closes him down. Just unsights the goal. Really good finish from Brown. Just plays it in between the two defenders. The perfect finish and the perfect start for England.
Isaiah Brown on a hat-trick already. It was Troiani who closed him down, but there was no deflection. That was just pinpoint shooting from Isaiah Brown. Could be a long night for Italy already. Eyebrows may have been raised when Sean O'Driscoll chose to leave out Bradley Fuster, who scored 5 goals during the 4 matches England have played already this season, but so far the decision to bring in Isaiah Brown has been entirely justified.
He's done well in Chelsea games. He's done well for England junior teams. As you said, he made his debut for West Bromwich Albion at a very, very young age before going to Chelsea.
Roberts. Origini's challenge does win the throw-in. two strikers, Benino and Vido, are looking increasingly isolated for Italy, but Dragora does win the free kick on this occasion. Pellegrini. Troiani. Solid challenge from Galloway.
He doesn't mind to tackle, does he? Galloway, again, he had to get that right. Coming across and stopping the run of the fullback, getting forward. Troiani.
Perugini, but Smith-Brown more eager to win possession back for England. Brown. Loftus-Cheek. Terrific play again from him. And here is Brown, already looking for the hat-trick. England will get the corner again.
He had a pass out wide, but he wanted to play that little 1-2 with the outside of his right boot. He doesn't just stay in the front areas and play between the two centre-halves. He will drop into midfield to allow others to run beyond him. His link-up play is quite good.
Plenty up for the corner again, but it will bypass all of the white shirts inside the penalty area. And the England under-21 coach, Gareth Southgate, is here tonight. Of course, his team enjoyed a 3-1 victory over Portugal, over the Pennines at Turf Moor yesterday. Loftus-Cheek doesn't find Barker on this occasion. Benino. Just look how deep the centre forward is having to come to forage, but he finds Troiani, who then runs out of room.
That's one of the problems with Italian football at the moment, is that they can't develop front players. They develop good defenders, good midfield players. The problem in the World Cup campaign was that they really had one centre forward, Balotelli. Immobile is there as well, Insigne, players like that I don't think are quite good enough at the very top level. That's something they're going to have to address.
Alberto Seri and Giuseppe Panico, who both scored plenty of goals in their recent European Championship games, they're both injured for this game. And their star man, Federico Bonazzoli, at the age of 17, has been picked for the under-21 squad this week, so Alessandro Pane is short-handed. As you say, the fact they have a 17-year-old playing in the under-21s really shows the dearth of talent they do have.
Absolutely right. It's just in those front areas they struggle somewhat.
England centre-forward, Isaiah Brown, already has 2 goals this evening. Calabresi. Benino. No free kick given. Smith-Brown. Roberts believes he was fouled, but nothing given again. But now Loftus-Cheek is upended.
He's got good feet, Loftus-Cheek. He really has manipulated the ball well in the game so far. Yeah, he knew the challenge was coming in and just flicked it away at the last minute. Maybe be a little nutmeg there.
He was the captain of England's, or rather Chelsea's, Youth Cup winning side last season. And his physical attributes and technical ability could be a very dangerous combination for club and country in the years to come. Laporto finds Verde, but Chilwell has generally won that battle so far. And Chilwell's another 17-year-old who is effectively playing up a year or two. Already played for the under-18s before stepping up to this level. Smith-Brown just running into trouble, but the point that Stuart made at the start of the game is that Bryn Morris, the captain, is often dropping as a third central defender, so it's very difficult for Italy to make any progress. Here is Barker. And he was hoping that Chilwell was steaming forward on the overlap, but not on this occasion.
There is Barker, left-sided player who's coming infield a lot, taking up some good positions. He's been given that licence just to roam down that left-hand side. Roberts out on the right-hand side. He's very much sticking to the touchline.
Troyani finds Benino. Now he needs support from midfield. He does get the free kick.
Yeah, that wasn't quite so good from Galloway on that occasion. Got turned a little bit too easily. It's too eager to make the first challenge. He could never get back at the ball. Nino was just shielding it nicely from him.
Pellegrini, the captain, is leading the committee over the free kick. Daniele Verde of Roma is winding up for it. So we have two Roma players over the free kick. And it's Verde! It's a fine save by Gunn. And Italy will get the corner, but Angus Gunn has been virtual spectator for the past 15 minutes or so, but that was a fine save.
It certainly was a fine save. The ball just dips on a great free kick from Verde. Getting right through the back of the ball. Some swerves in the air.
The corner goes a long way out, and the shot fired in by Mandragora. England were fortunate that deflection didn't take it closer to goal. Laporto. Galloway with the header away. And here's a chance. And Vido may well hang his head.
Big chance as well for Vido. Tries to go with the side foot here. England went to slip. They get the first clearance. They come up, but no one's really picking up as they come out their box. Too slow to react. Big chance, Vido. So he goes with the side of his foot. In the end, it comes almost off his shin. Maybe better off going with his laces as that ball drops down.
17-year-old found room beyond the England central defenders. Here is Roberts now. Italy well aware of his threat already.
Capellodosi, the player that just about gets the challenge in at the end. Roberts always wanted to get that back onto his left foot. He may have been better driving towards goal and taking the strike with his right.
And the short corner doesn't work for now. But Roberts works hard, and Barker's onside. He's maybe looking to come infield onto his left foot. Italy will try and break. But again, it's Bryn Morris who was mopping up.
It's an interesting role that he's playing. I saw an Italian do that role very well for a season at Roma. De Rossi's done it for Italy as well, being the holding midfield player, but stepping in behind his centre-halves, going to become the third centre-half, particularly when his team's got the ball. That's exactly what Morris is trying to do here.
It does, of course, give players like Ola Aina the licence to get forward as well. Calabresi. Pellegrini. Benino. Done much of his best work in wide areas with his back to goal so far. The combination of Chilwell and Ali win the ball back for England there.
Well, the front two for Italy. If you are going to play with two up front, they have to combine. They have to be looking for each other. They have to play little 1-2s off each other. That hasn't been the case so far. They Seen Vido play a little bit for the under-17s. He's got some ability. He does like to run in behind. Can be a bit lightweight.
Galloway gets there first ahead of him on this occasion. Quattrodosi with the clearance. Pellegrini. Calabresi. Dragora doesn't find the intended target for Italy. Loftus-Cheek. Ali. Chilwell was looking to create the overlap, but England choose to probe and be patient. Barker. Loftus-Cheek again, one of the furthest players forward, but the ball doesn't find him.
Well, Mandragora made his debut for Genoa against Juventus. His role in the side that day was to man-mark Paul Pogba. He did a good job on Paul Pogba, he influenced the game. He's having more trouble with Loftus-Cheek here today.
Another Chelsea man, Aina with the free kick. Barker, who's beginning to have more of a freer role for England now. Loftus-Cheek, Roberts. In fact, it was Ali who will get the free kick.
And once again, Barker finding that bit of space. Straight for the free kick, then in and around the box. England trying to be clever, play the little 1-2. Italy had to stop it by fouling. We've seen one hit the wall, we've seen their day for Italy produce a stunning free kick. What can Barker do here?
Manchester City man looks to be the only candidate to take this. That's Brandon Barker. Scoufet this time does well to parry and get the ball clear.
It's down the side that he's standing, so he should make the save. You can see this coming all the way. It's an awkward one. It's very low, so he decides just to get two hands on it and fist it away.
Vido. And Italy have the free kick. And the last time these two sides did meet, back in the European Championships in 2008, from that team, Delph, Sturridge and Gibbs have all gone on to win full caps for England, but Andrea Poli, the only member of the Italian side to get subsequent international honours, and that's always the challenge for any international manager at this level. They're not necessarily judged by winning the championship, it's how many of those players go on.
It's not just also getting them into the senior squad, how good they are in the senior squad. There's the next stage of development.
Vido! And Angus Gunn there was rooted.
Yeah, England went to sleep from the throw-in. It's too easily for Vido just to make his run across the field. Gets away from Morris. Next centre-half, Galloway can't get there. Good effort from him. Just strikes it with his laces. It just slightly comes off the outside of his foot. Just takes it away.
Just needed to fade the other way. But Italy are beginning to create just a few alarms here for England. If you've just joined us, 2 goals from Isaiah Brown in the opening 20 minutes. We've given England a good platform to build from here. Pellegrini. It's good play. The pass just skipping off the turf beyond Paragini.
Good job it did as well for Smith-Brown, who went to sleep. Allowed Paragini to get in behind him.
Alessandro Pagna. There's a few more positives to reflect on. as we approach half-time. Pellegrini. This time he does win the free kick. England's target this season is reaching the European Championships, a competition they've never won at this level. They've not reached the final since 2012. It's an annual event, so there's something to improve on there. Dele Alli strong in the challenge. Barker picks out Roberts, who almost skipped away from the challenge, but not quite.
Well, he's starting to come infield more now, Roberts, making those little runs. It's a good turning around the box. Centre half, Calabrese comes out and brings him down. Another player with quick feet.
Isaiah Brown may fancy this one to try and complete his hat-trick before half-time. He's already scored one goal from outside the penalty area. It's worth remembering at just 17 years of age, he is playing in a higher age group here. But it's Brown who strikes it, and it skitters under the wall, and it's a corner.
I wonder if he actually meant to get it underneath the wall here. Most walls jump, as you see. This Italian, the player on the end of the wall, didn't jump that high.
And here he is again from the short corner. Given away by Caparadosi. In the air by Mandragora. Here's Aina. Roberts. Centre half again, Aina. Well inside the Italian half. There's some lovely one-touch play, comes to nothing. Pellegrini. England have the throw-in. Barker. Does well to win the ball back and then go through the gears. But Pellegrini sticks with him well.
Good play from Barker again. Scooping away from that first challenge, then tries to nutmeg captain as he comes across. Pellegrini.
Brown. Loftus-Cheek may open up for the shot, and Scouffet does just enough.
I think it's excellent technique from Loftus-Cheek. Sets himself up, gets his standing foot off the ground. See how it dips and swerves. Hits right through the back of the ball. An awkward save for Scouffet.
England find Brown again on the edge of the penalty area. They've done that a few times. And now England could be caught out on the break. Perugini, but Galloway gets back well. And that's very accomplished defending. Clearance from Calabrese, but Pellegrini has it now, but you didn't see Dele Alli coming to pick his pocket. Barker. Italy goes to ground to win it back for the Italians. And everything seems to go through Pellegrini for them.
But at times they're being outnumbered in that midfield, so it's making him have to pass square or backwards. Doesn't seem to have that forward pass at the moment.
Laporto saw Brown coming, which was why he checked back. It's Carl Robinson, the manager of MK Dons, just checking on the progress of Dele Alli, who is of course one of his first team players. He scored 2 hat-tricks already in his career in League One and was very impressive against Manchester United in the 4-0 victory for his side in the League Cup earlier this season. Morris. And here is Brown. And Barker in support. And the pass doesn't find Roberts in the end, but England are quick to win it back. Barker. Mentioning Dele Alli, he gets regular first-team football at MK Dons, and clearly it's a great place for his development at that level at the moment.
Yeah, I think it is. You want to be playing football. Yes, it's not at the highest level, it's still a good standard. Eventually he wants to be playing in the Premier League, but at the moment I think he's better off staying at MK Dons and developing his career there, getting lots of football, working under Carl Robinson, who everybody tells me is a coach that likes to develop players and plays a lot of progressive football.
Well, he's certainly made progress over the past couple of years. And at this level, there's a very good balance between himself and Ruben Loftus-Cheek. Here they are again. And the goal kick is given in the end. As Galloway makes the dash forward.
Well, he intercepted the first ball. When it went into midfield, he realised there was space to make his forward run. Just about got clipped there by Briani.
It's loose again from Italy. Smith-Brown almost capitalises. Roberts. Brown. Pellegrini looks to launch the breakaway, but not for the first time this evening. Paragini sees it goes beyond him.
Well, it's been a good first half, hasn't it, from England. Here's the first goal. Good volley from Brown, and this was even better from him. Just wrapping his foot around it and placed it in that far corner, and that's why England have controlled the game, because in the front areas they've looked more dynamic than Italy.
They've also had far better support from midfield at times. Barker. Brown's done plenty of good work outside the penalty area. Not that time though. Pellegrini. Troiani. We're into the 1 minute of added time at the end of this first half. Morris just takes a chance.
That's what I was talking about earlier. You can't dribble out from the back. You run with the ball into open space.
But England have been very impressive at the other end of the field. Notably this man, Isaiah Brown of Chelsea, with 2 goals already in this game, to embellish plenty of good work elsewhere around the field. And his second goal was one of real quality. So at half-time, England under-19s lead their Italian counterparts by 2 goals to 0. So 2-0 at half-time, and the number of shots fired in and shots on target really sums up the direction of the play in this game. Although interestingly, Stuart, possession is equal. Italy have had their moments.
Yeah, but Italy haven't had the ball or haven't kept possession in the top third of the field. Most of their possession has been round the back into midfield, Pellegrini then going back to centre halves. So really, the better possession has been by England when they've been in the attacking third. That's when they've created opportunities. That's when they've looked brighter and sharper, and it has to be said, more athletic than the Italian side.
And that support from midfield as well has really been key, hasn't it?
It certainly has. Loftus-Cheek has had a really good game. He started off with a couple of decent turns in midfield to play forward passes, but he's picked the right time to make forward runs as well. The same with Ali.
Well, let's have a look at the first half highlights then from the New York Stadium in Rotherham, where England lead Italy by 2 goals to 0. So a decent crowd inside one of English football's newer venues for this game. Plenty of youngsters here to enjoy the occasion as well. And in the opening seconds, England were almost embarrassed. Angus Gunn there was rushed by Luca Vido.
Strange bit of goalkeeping, wasn't it? Just lost concentration completely.
But England quickly found their stride. Isaiah Brown central to much of their good work.
Well, he's done that quite often, Isaiah Brown. Not playing right up the top. He just holds his run, finds that bit of space short of the centre halves, and then tries to get his shots away or play little 1-2s. But this was a worrying moment.
Pellegrini with a free kick. It was a wonderful delivery, but there was nobody in a blue shirt at the far post to capitalise.
A brilliant free kick, hitting with pace. England try and hold their line. Any touch and that was in.
But there was an expansive air to much of England's play. Fulham's Patrick Roberts here, linking up well. And Ruben Loftus-Cheek with the final effort. Just closed down on the edge of the penalty area, but that was a sign of things to come.
Yeah, I think he's trying to actually chip this into the far corner. Can't quite wrap his foot round it, but that's the sort of support that he was giving to Isaiah Brown throughout the first half.
And the error from Benino quickly allowed Barker to set England going again. And the support from Ali and the save from the goalkeeper from Loftus-Cheek only teed up Isaiah Brown for the opening goal.
Well, it's a great cross from that left-hand side. Great first time by Ali. Just lifted it into a dangerous area. The goalkeeper starts to come and stays where he is. Good header from Loftus-Cheek, who's made the run into the box to support Brown. Again, Brown doesn't go in with the centre halves, he just holds his position, and then it's good technique to get the volley and keep it down. And that put England 1-0 up.
5 minutes later, Isaiah Brown was at it again.
Well, England had 3 or 4 corners from that side, and they played the same ball each time to Isaiah Brown, who come out the box. Threatens to shoot, comes inside. Not good defending from Italy. They had lots of players around the ball. They should have closed it down a bit quicker, but take nothing away from Isaiah Brown. Just had enough time to place it in between those 2 defenders. The goalkeeper slightly unsighted. It's the perfect finish.
But Italy were more of an attacking force the longer the first half went on, and Daniele Verde brought the best out of Angus Gunn.
Oh, it's a good free kick. Verde hit through the back of the ball, it dips and swerves, but also a good save from Gunn. Just gets that right hand to it.
And again, England were caught napping. And a simple ball forward in between the 2 central defenders, and Luca Vido of Milan should have done better.
Should have done a lot better. He is a good finisher normally. But this man had a good game throughout the first half. Barker, this was his free kick.
And this time, Scouffet was able to parry the ball away from danger as England looked to put the game to bed.
Yeah, it's an easy save in the end for the goalkeeper. You see that coming all the way.
But here was Vido again, drifting away from the central defenders, and had that been on target, Gunn would have had no chance.
He just came from a wide position infield to find that bit of space. It's the perfect throw from him.
But Isaiah Brown with another free kick. Maybe just tried to give the wall the eyes, but it didn't quite happen for him.
He might have even tried to go under the wall on that occasion.
But he was somebody who really impressed throughout the first half. Ruben Loftus-Cheek also forcing Scouffet into a save, and at half-time England lead 2-0. And welcome back for the second half at the New York Stadium, with England's under-19s leading Italy by 2-0, both scored by Isaiah Brown of Chelsea in the opening 20 minutes. And England could have had more in the first half, but Italy also had their chances, and we are likely to see a number of changes from both sides as the second half progresses. But I'm sure Sean O'Driscoll would like to see a bit more from this 11 in this sort of shape.
Yeah, I think they're putting in a good performance so far. We've seen Ali and Loftus-Cheek dominate that midfield area. Morris going in between his centre halves. Roberts doing well out on the right-hand side. Barker drifting in field at times, and of course Brown has done well in the centre-forward position.
And Italy in all blue will get the second half underway. And Rotherham United have been promoted twice since moving into this stadium, and it's the home side who are enjoying the occasion more at the moment. So those 2 goals from Isaiah Brown dividing the two sides at the moment. And England were successful against Germany at the under-18 level in their last visit to this stadium, and they're on the way to more success here. But Italy have an early free kick taken by Pellegrini. Now Verde, his Roma teammate. Troiani, one of a number of fullbacks in the game who like to get forward in the first half. Verde's cross is dealt with by Galloway. Mandragora. Regini's not had too much change out of Smith-Brown so far. Roberts. And the pass intended for Barker was cut out well by Troiani. Pellegrini has looked the one real class act in this Italian side so far. Troiani. Benino links up with Vido for pretty much the first time in the game, but England managed to snuff out the danger.
But it just wasn't a good enough pass, was it? Tries to play it along the ground, he lofts it up. It meant that Vido had to try and head it back into his path. But a better start from Italy.
Brown. Barker does well to find Loftus-Cheek. Pellegrini needed that move forward for England, but here they come again. Roberts. Smith-Brown. Roberts holds his run, but now he does make the dart into the area, but Italy saw him coming. Regini. Strong defensive play by Aina.
Yeah, he is quick, Aina. Powerful player. Criticised him a little bit in the first half for his lack of understanding when he was coming out from the back. Lost it on 2 or 3 occasions. He'll be very pleased with his side so far, Sean O'Driscoll.
And he enjoyed most of his managerial success. Not too far from here. Promotions with Doncaster Rovers. Just down the road as Aina has gone down.
He was beaten by Benino, who then made a real mess of the last pass.
Darren Bond, our referee. Thinks he may just be winded.
He gets nudged off the ball far too. He tries to win the first ball as it's thrown into Benino. Talk about how powerful he was. He was nudged off the ball on that occasion.
He maybe used his hand there. The Italians were convinced he did, but nothing given.
Both centre-halves are very aggressive in the way they play the game. Galloway and Aina both want to win the ball as quickly as they can. Oh, that's a massive strip. They just have to be careful on 1 or 2 occasions.
Benino. There's Vido in support, and here is Verde. And we've seen Verde already test Angus Gunn, but not on this occasion.
Well, he's always going to come in on that left foot from the right-hand side. Verde certainly got his team going at the start of this second half. Alessandro Pane,
born in Libya, but was brought up in Italy, had a long career as a player. Ball player, Capragossi, using Calabresi, his central defensive partner. That's loose from Italy, Chilwell. Pellegrini has just been there to pick up the pieces for Italy so far in the second half.
You said he's been the one standout player for Italy so far. Getting on the ball, switching play, it's been very composed, even when he's been under immense pressure.
One of 4 Roma players in this team. And there's a mistake. Loftus-Cheek is quick to fasten onto it. And Scuffi rather bails out Calabresi.
Calabresi took too long on the ball. Not sure where he's trying to pass it in the end. He's just trying to get it forward somewhere. Good closing down from Loftus-Cheek. Centre half, Capradossi can't get round on the cover.
Roberts will take the corner. And for once, it was an orthodox delivery from England. They've tried 1 or 2 things. Loftus-Cheek. And Pellegrini. Angus Gunn, the son of the former Norwich goalkeeper Brian Gunn. He's of course Scottish with the clearance. Barker.
Well, that has to be a booking. Certainly if it was a competitive game. I don't know what he's moaning about, Pellegrini. Cynical challenge on Barker.
They'll have met already in the UEFA Youth League. Both Roma and Manchester City are in the same group. Just a talking to this time for the Italian captain. Barker may take retribution here, but instead it's Morris.
Just slices off the outside of his boot from Morris. 3 players charging out, so he gets underneath it. Plenty of power.
Roberts strong on the challenge with Laporto. Still going, the Fulham man. England win it back. It's Loftus-Cheek. And again, Scuffi denies him. In fact, it was Dele Alli.
Well, England's midfield bursting on, winning the ball back, driving forward. Roberts to start with, loses the ball here. It's our man, the midfield player, Pellegrini, that gives it away. Dele Alli then breaking in behind the Italian defence. Good save again from the goalkeeper, Scuffi.
England work the corner short. Barker. Intelligent ball from Morris. Roberts is onside. Firmino brings the ball clear for Italy. It's been a rather scrappy start to the second half, all told.
What England are doing quite well, they may get play around by the first pass, but the second one they're closing down quickly, winning it back, starting another attempt on goal. The closing down by both sides has been very aggressive. It's good to see at times.
Vido will chase, but Aina uses gun. Angus Gunn is back in the England squad. He missed the 3 games in Luxembourg due to injury. He beat Belarus 3-0, Luxembourg 8-0, and Belgium 4-2. That's a good ball from Smith-Brown. Roberts didn't take the corner. Smith-Brown again. Now we'll have to hurry back and get back into position. Aragini. Galloway does well to step into the wider area.
He read the situation really well, Galloway. Just for a moment, Vito had that pass out wide. Centre-half stepped across, read the danger, didn't try and hold a line and play offside. Did exactly the right thing.
Brown. Capradosi. Dragora. Troiani. Italy. Not afraid to play the ball across the back either. Vito.
That's the ball they do like to play. One centre forward comes short to try and drag one of the centre halves in, and then the second centre forward makes the run in behind. Galloway is athletic enough to get across, even if he was beaten to start with. I think we are going to see some changes now, as we expected.
And it's Christian Benino, who was called into the squad due to injuries. Replacing him is Mario Pugliese. Who's a right-sided player for Atalanta. And he has featured in the first team this season, playing in the Coppa Italia.
Well, Atalanta are one of the best sides at producing players in Serie A.
That shot is not going to trouble Angus Gunn from the fullback. Troiani. At any level, the England band are always there offering their support. It's good to see so many youngsters enjoying this England performance.
Those sitting below that may call it a hindrance, I'm not sure.
As with most things in football, it's a matter of opinion. England will have a number of players on the bench keen to get some action here, notably Bradley Fuster of Middlesbrough, who scored 5 goals in his 4 internationals so far. The equaliser, or rather the goal in Germany, which got England a fine 1-1 draw against the European champions. He also filled his boots in the 3 matches in the European Championships. Morris. Loftus-Cheek. Galloway. Confidence to step in field beyond Vito. Ali. Italy England a bit more to think about defensively so far in the second half than they did for much of the first. Barker. The pirouette can't shake off Vito, but he does have support. Brown. Loftus-Cheek was the furthest player forward, and Ali used his arm.
Yeah, Brown coming very deep in midfield to get the ball on that occasion. I think it's okay for him to come deep when play's developing, but they need him in the forward area And they are developing play up from the back.
That ball is going to be Pugliese, the player who's just come on. Angus Gunn, one of a number of Manchester City players in this team. Rather like the race for the Premier League title. It's Chelsea and Manchester City who are preeminent in the main in this England squad. We are going to have a triple change. Alex Kawamia wearing number 14. Charlie Colkett wearing 15, and Harry Winks the 17. Brown. Loftus-Cheek. Barker. All a bit tight for England. Bottled up down the centre. Galloway. Chilwell. Italy's possession has been a bit neater so far in the second half. Vido. It's a good play from Pellegrini. Laporto. Pugliese. That will be a corner.
Some good combination play down this right-hand side, then a switch of the play out to the far side. Because England are so superior in terms of athleticism, even when they do make mistakes, even when they are caught outnumbered at times, they've got the energy to get there and diffuse the situation.
Verde is over the corner. Brown, who got the decisive touch for England. Stylish play again from Loftus-Cheek, but he ran into the challenge of Calabrese. Barker wins the throw-in. England are about to make their changes. Harry Winks of Tottenham, who's already scored on this ground, will replace the captain, Bryn Morris. Dele Alli, presumably, to lift home with his manager, Cole Robinson, who's here, and Charlie Colkett of Chelsea. He's the man to come on. And the final player leaving us for now is Patrick Roberts. And Sean O'Driscoll has chosen to bring on Alex Kawamia, who started his career here at Rotherham before moving on to Chelsea. And if you recognise the surname, he's the nephew of Chris Kawamia, who was a decent, pacey goal-scoring winger with Ipswich and Arsenal in his day.
Well, I've seen a lot of Kawamia play for Chelsea, both in the Next Gen Cup and the UEFA Champions League, Youth League. He's got plenty of pace. He can play on the right, he can play on the left. Doesn't always make the right decisions when I've seen him play.
Verde. And again, Galloway, who has taken the captain's armband, shows the presence of mind to move out of the centre. Smith-Brown. He picks out Calabrese. And you would hope that anyone with the surname Kawamia will be quick.
He certainly has got pace.
Brown chasing here. And he's been on a hat-trick since the 20th minute, of course. Can he find it here? He's got support from Loftus-Cheek. Stylishly done again. 3-0 to England.
Well, you have to give credit to Brown to start with. Held up the play. He thought about shooting with his left foot, but they had two players on the outside of him that made the right runs. And Loftus-Cheek once again makes good decisions. There's the ball over the top. He makes it his, Isaiah Brown. Holds off the defender. Backs in. Eventually shows good strength. Now he finds the right pass. And it's that touch there that just opens it all up for Loftus-Cheek. Means the goalkeeper starts to come. As he's going one way, Loftus-Cheek just reverses the ball back into the far corner. No chance for the goalkeeper. Brilliant finish from that man, but well played, Isaiah Brown.
And that's his 6th goal in only 10 appearances at the under-19 level. Scored 3 times in the recent series of games in the European Championships. He really gives England the X factor coming from midfield. All 3 goals so far have been scored by Chelsea players. They've invested in their academy. Well, we're yet to see a massive amount of impact on the first team. That day will surely come soon. Papadossi. Winks with a touch back towards Gunn.
Of course, the real success of academies is if you can develop players from the ages of 9 to 10 and then get them into your first team. That's what the academy was started for. A lot of the big clubs do it slightly differently, where they go and cherry pick some of the best players around the country at the ages of 13, 14, 15, maybe even 16. Bring them to their academy, finish off their development. Whether they can get in that first team after that, with the likes of Chelsea, Man City, Manchester United, Arsenal.
Loftus-Cheek. A number of players who are loaned out by big Premier League clubs from their academies. It does benefit some clubs, but not necessarily their own. Colcutt. He's another Chelsea man. And for one who's offside. Troyani. Again, it's a chase in vain for Vido. Brown, you're in support to try and motive from a standing start. Barker, Winks, a bit too tight there. Vido, Calabresi, and Italy, who've been neat and tidy for much of the second half, managed to work the ball clear.
Looks though Paragini struggling. He's just signalled to the bench that he wants to come off.
Brown almost threads the eye of the needle for Kawamia. Colcutt. Chilwell. Leicester fans will be delighted to see featuring in this team. Finds his goalkeeper. Everton have a very good academy. Brendan Galloway, the captain now, representing them. But bearing out the point that Stuart made a few moments ago, he was playing first-team football for MK Dons last season before Everton took him to the Premier League.
Now close will he get to the first team in the next couple of years? That's the question.
Kawomia, look at that pace. Brown waiting for the cross, but Troiani gets there first.
Well, it looks like Kiwomia's been given licence just to stay on that back line of Italy. He won't come back and defend too far. It's in between the full-back and the centre-half. Just doesn't quite get enough pace on the cross.
Scouffet dealing with the high ball. Kawomia is the closest thing we have to a local hero here tonight, of course, former Rotherham player, born in nearby Sheffield. Troiani. Alagini still on the field, but
twice he's looked round at the bench and signalled to come off. I think they're ignoring him at the moment.
It's fair to say he's approaching this game rather gingerly at the moment. Body language is not the best, but here he is again. And that will infuriate coaches of all ages as they're flagged offside. Then England prepare. 3 more changes. But first, it seems we'll have a couple from Italy. Giovanni Sabrissa of Vicenza wears number 20, but before then, Vittorio Paragini will be put out of his misery. And it's Alexander Piu, who, like his manager, plays for Empoli. He is a striker. And then Sabrissa is the other player to come on to replace Mandragora. Here are the England changes. Ola Aina will make way for Robert Dickey of Reading, who was a late call-up. He's getting the opportunity now. And Isaiah Brown will not get his hat-trick this evening. Another proven goal scorer at this level, Bradley Fuster of Middlesbrough, comes on to replace him. Loftus-Cheek, Kawomia. He's causing a problem again. Another change for England. Ben Chilwell, the fullback, was replaced by Keane Bryan, another player from Manchester City who missed the recent trip to Luxembourg due to injury.
Yeah, it's a straight swap. Bryan will play at left back. There you see the number 16 receiving the ball now. Chilwell did his arms of keeping his place. A lot of good there. Played really well, Chilwell, the left back, the Leicester man.
And this is Bryan's first appearance at this level. Brendan Galloway remains in the back four from kickoff. And he'll be keen to finish the game. He played here last season for MK Dons against Rotherham and was sent off.
Well, with John Stones doing such a good job for Everton at stages this season, a young player. Galloway, another young player that Everton have got. Future looks bright at centre-half combination.
And the Everton supporters really like to see their young players come into the first team. The last time England reached the European Championships, Ross Barkley was a key member of the team. England got to the semi-finals before losing to Greece in 2012. Eric Dyer, Barkley, Nathaniel Chalabar, Harry Kane and Saido Berahino were all involved. And they are the sort of players who will provide the incentive for these sort of lads. First touch now for Fuster. Kawomia waiting for the pullback, and he went for the flick, but a strong challenge inside the penalty area from Calabrese.
Well, not a bad start from Fuster, making the run down the side of the field, showing good pace. Change of direction and pace to get past the defender, to get the cross in.
So here's confirmation of the latest changes for England. Josh Aina, Isaiah Brown and Ben Chilwell, replaced by Robert Dickey, Bradley Fuster and Keane Bryan. And as you saw that, we are due to have a change in goal imminently as well. And Paragini and Mandragora replaced by Pio and Sabrissa for Italy. Sabrissa of Vicenza and Pio from Empoli.
Another good tackle from Galloway. It's been very powerful when he's decided to make those sliding challenges. Very much a left-sided centre-half.
So Angus Gunn, who's not had a huge amount to do, but made one fine save in the first half. He's replaced by Ted Smith, Edward Smith, if you're being formal. And the Southend goalkeeper comes on to win his second cap. Just shows that at this level, if you're good enough, the status of your parent club doesn't really matter. It's all about ability. Piu runs into Galloway. And England can break with some purpose. Kawomia, Loftus-Cheek, Fuster's waiting at the far post. Loftus-Cheek may go himself, and in the end Kawomia seemed to take the ball away from the Middlesbrough man.
Well, it was good play from him to start with. Running at the defender, created a 2v1 with Loftus-Cheek. Again, the ability just to manipulate the ball, this time away from the goalkeeper. He just lifts it with the outside of his boot. Kawomia can't make the right sort of connection. He's certainly been outstanding, Loftus-Cheek.
There's always plenty of talk about him. He has lived up to the billing so far tonight.
The young player they've got at Chelsea that gets game time at a certain occasion. Ake, the Dutchman. I have to think that Loftus-Cheek must be the next one in line.
Chelsea are one club who tend to lend out 15 or 20 players a season to other clubs, but Loftus-Cheek is staying where he is at the moment.
That's where maybe Kawomia just lets himself down when that ball was played into him. The first touch wasn't a particularly good one. Wasn't aware of what was around him.
Bryan. England have made 7 changes. Hopefully we'll see too many more. Winks. Smith-Brown is one of the survivors from the start of the game. Winks again. Very highly thought of. A terrific new academy built by Tottenham. That was loose from Galloway, but he was fortunate Vido used the hand.
Well, they've earned the right to play now. Gareth Southgate, under-21 manager, looking on. He's had a very good record since he's been the under-21 manager. It's on Monday, they're playing France.
Will be another decent test after dispatching Portugal 3-1 with a couple of goals from Danny Ings on familiar territory at Turf Moor yesterday. Also this week, England's under-20 side drew 2-2 with Canada down at Dean Court in Bournemouth. And Angus Gunn, the goalkeeper we've just seen depart, will be joining up with the under-20s for their game against Portugal away on Monday. So there was much more going on among the three Lions than just the first team. Their two matches against Slovenia and Scotland in the international break. Kawamia. This time comes inside. Smith-Brown. Just a lot of Keane Bryan.
Just trying to get on the overlap. Bryan, substitute. Just as Chilwell did in the first half. They've had a torrid time, some of these Italian players. With a good run in recent times at the under-19 season.
Barker! Souffet did well again. And the ball ricochets off Kawamia, back into the grateful arms of the goalkeeper. But for Simone Souffet, this could have been a very, very decent scoreline for England, even better than 3-0.
Just not sure what Italy's game plan has been right from the start of the match. We saw them share possession in that first half, but really without creating too many opportunities, without getting into their front players with any sort of quality. The front two never linked up. You have to credit England for some of that, closing the ball down well. The centre halves were aggressive, trying to win the first ball as much as they could. Saw Morris just drop in between the centre halves at times and then become the sweeper in front.
Verde. Dickey with his first real involvement. Player who's been in the Reading Academy since the age of 11. More changes for Italy, and that's the last involvement for Daniele Verde. Enrico Baldini will replace him from Inter Milan. One of the players who was brought into the squad at the last minute. Luca Vido will be replaced by Lucasio Bentavenia. Who has played in Serie A this season for Palermo. So running repairs here for Ruben Loftus-Cheek.
It'd be a shame if he has to go off with an injury. I think he's quickened up his game in the last year or so. Saw him play a lot for Chelsea, where he looked to play the game at his own pace. Very upright with his movement. Covered the ground smoothly. Just looks like he's playing with a bit more dynamism this season. Making forward runs, playing little 1-2s around the opposition. His turns in the first half were brilliant at times. Seems to have a picture of where his next pass is.
He won the Youth Cup with Chelsea last season, but the whole of Chelsea, from the first team downwards, seem to have just stepped up this season. You see the challenge there with Verde, which really caused him the problem. Baldini. Troiani. Dealt with by Dickey. And again, understandably, just beginning to unravel with so many changes. Zavrissa. Laporto. Smith-Brown has to be careful here, and it's pulled back a long way for Troiani, and dare we say it, that was the shot of a fullback.
Well, it came to him very nicely. Some good play down the left-hand side. England were down to 10 men. Cutback was a good one. From one fullback to the other. seems okay. Good news for Chelsea, good news for Loftus-Cheek.
England will have games coming up in the new year in the elite group for the European Championships. Need him fit and raring to go for those. Kawamia in behind the cover again, but just unable to provide the final product.
And that's what he's got to improve. Great pace. Gets in behind. He drags his shot past the near post. Loftus-Cheek doing well just to flick the ball on. Just poor technique at the end of a pacey run.
Smith with the clearance. Barker. Now support from Colcott. Smith-Brown. And just looking to put the cherry on top of the cake here. Kawamia. Loftus-Cheek. Winks. Plenty of support from Keane Bryan. And even more from Smith-Brown. And it's a goal kick.
Once again, Bryan on the outside. To be a good delivery, just missed everybody in the box. Well, I think England have dominated the game in every department, been more athletic. Technically, they've been better. I have to say, they've also been better tactically. Something that I might have questioned before the game, but it hasn't been the case here.
Winks picks out Bryan. They are a team who have really played in Sean O'Driscoll's image. Somebody who doesn't mince his words, doesn't use too many words. But there's always been a real drive and purpose about him. And that's been evident in this England team here tonight. Straight to Barker. He can't make the most of the gift. Calabrese.
There's no shape to the Italian side now. They're not sure when they're playing out from the back where they're going to play their next pass. They've picked them off on too many occasions in this second half.
Pellegrini. Laporto. Plenty of support inside. And it was one for Pugliese to try and scamper onto, but disappointing again from the Italians.
He's just trying to keep his team going. He knows they've been well beaten here.
So after 15 goals in 3 games in the European Championships, it's going to be another big win for Sean O'Driscoll and his team. The best they've managed in the European Championships. As a runners-up place twice, in 2005 and 2009. They'll be confident they can go one better this time. They've already drawn with the reigning champions away from home in a friendly, it must be said. Smith-Brown. At the end of a long night, Barker just losing his footing there. Montevegna. Sabrissa. Challenge comes in again, and it will be a corner. But England have been tireless when they haven't had the ball.
Well, there's two sides to the game. When you've got the ball, and when you haven't got the ball. England have been superior to Italy in both those cases.
Pellegrini with the header towards goal.
There's a lack of concentration there by England. That ball came in, their marking zone, nobody really attacked the ball.
It's always the risk, I suppose, when you have zonal marking in a team which only meets up for a few days at a time.
Well, I think I've always been in favour of zonal marking, as long as players attack the ball. Because once that ball's kicked, whether you're man marking or zonal marking, once that ball's in the air, you've got to attack it.
We'll encourage players to take responsibility. England have done that in many areas of the field tonight.
When you see man marking at times, you see players aren't even watching the ball, they're watching the man that they're marking. How can they head it clear if they're only watching and grabbing hold of the man they're marking?
It's about collective responsibility.
Combination of both is what a lot of teams are using all around Europe. 3 or 4 man mark, and the other 4 zonal mark. But there's the man that scored the first 2 goals, Isaiah Brown. Dele Alli next to him had a good game as well in midfield.
Those are the names who will be looking to shine if England get to Greece next summer. Fine play by Sabrissa. We're into 3 minutes of added time. Smith-Brown concedes the free kick, and England will not want to spoil a clean sheet now.
Well, we saw 1 free kick in the first half from Italy. It's a brilliant free kick that was just whipped in, an in-swinger. Nearly went in at the far post, everybody missed it. Be the captain, I'd imagine, Pellegrini.
He delivered that one, and he's over the ball again now. It is Pellegrini. Just nicked away at the near post by Winks. And now England can break. It's Kawomia. Fuster. Kawomia looking for the return ball. But Fuster tried to shape it in towards the far post. Well, he is a goal scorer. He was not going to pass up the opportunity.
It's be interesting to see again whether Kawomia had run offside there, and that's why Fuster didn't pass him the ball. It's a good play from Kawomia to start with. Trying to drag the centre-half across the field so he can reverse it to Fuster. You could see exactly what he was trying to do. Pass it into the far corner.
Laporto. Sabrissa. Laporto, fullback again, is deep inside England territory. Pellegrini. Pugliese. Aldini. Now the other fullback, Troiani. He almost fine. Piu. Dickey was there. Troiani looks to be in some trouble.
Well, he got to the ball first and just about got the cross in. Took a whack on the leg. Hopefully it's a whack and not a twist. Oh no, I think it could be fell awkwardly there. Well, that's a real worry for the fullback in the last minute or so of the game. Just the angle in which his leg went wasn't good.
Torino player looks to be in a good deal of discomfort. He's been one of their better players as well.
The way the physio's going on him can't be quite as bad as...
I hope it's not a twisted knee if they're doing that to it. Maybe it's the hamstring. Was pointing lower down.
Looks like the physio's treated him for a bit of cramp, but he was holding his knee. Just when we saw though that slow motion, the way his knee buckled, didn't look good.
Pugliese with the corner. England clear and England can break, and it's Kawomia. Players looking to get in support. Colquitt is the furthest player forward, but Kawomia goes himself, and here is Fuster, and the goalkeeper does superbly to recover. Kawomia again though. It's a deeper ball in this time, and Scouffet is there again.
Well, once the game opens up, he's now playing through the centre-forward position. Kawomia is a real handful. What a trick at the end of it. A cross with his wrong foot. Brilliant bit of skill from him.
And that's it. Another great performance and fine result for England at this level. 4 wins and a draw so far in this international season. And Isaiah Brown of Chelsea, the man who really took the eye in the first half, and his clubmate Ruben Loftus-Cheek with a coolly taken third goal, and there could have been so many more, but the signs are very promising for this side led by Sean O'Driscoll.
Well, they certainly are. They played well throughout the game. Remember, they're going to try and get to the European finals in Greece next year, which is also where they can go on and play in the World Under-20 Youth Cup if they do well enough in that competition.
So full time here in Rotherham. England under-19s 3, Italy under-19s 0. So 3-0 to England, the final score. And while possession was fairly equal throughout the game, England certainly had more meaningful possession, and they dominated shots and shots on target.
Well, they certainly did. If you look at the 18 shots against Italy's 8, they created too many chances for Italy's liking. There was a lot of fouls in the game, but not any bad ones. And what was great, no yellow cards and no red cards. Not too many offsides either, so it was a good game all round, dominated by England.
So a great technical display. Here are the highlights. And a good noise and a good crowd inside the New York Stadium as the public of Rotherham came out to watch this England under-19 side, and Isaiah Brown with an early sighter.
Yeah, he did that quite well throughout the game when he was on the field, just dropping short of his centre halves. Just takes it onto his left foot, doesn't quite get the bend on it that he was looking for.
And then it was Ruben Loftus-Cheek of Chelsea who caught the eye all evening.
Well, I thought he was the outstanding player. Yes, Brown played well, so did 1 or 2 others, but Loftus-Cheek did most things right, both his passing and his runs forward.
Brandon Barker of Manchester City was also a tricky presence. Dele Alli's cross, the header from Loftus-Cheek was beaten out only as far as Isaiah Brown, and England's big players all combining for the opening goal.
Yeah, and Ali with a first-time cross, really good cross. Loftus-Cheek racing into the box, did everything right, tries to head it back across the goalkeeper. And Isaiah Brown with the volley, enough power, good technique from him, and even better technique for him this time.
From outside the area this time. Initially, we thought it may have taken the deflection, but it was just wonderful technique.
Well, they did this on 3 or 4 occasions throughout the first half. Took a short corner to him. He actually doesn't get that much bend on it. He just passes it with the inside of his foot with pace and power into that far corner.
Italy had 1 shot on target from Daniele Verde.
Verde showed he had a good left foot. He was playing out on the right-hand side, but he had 1 or 2 other efforts in the second half off target. But this one is a good strike. Starts to dip and swerve. Gun just gets that right hand to it.
Italy finished the first half strongly though, and they should have equalised through Luca Vido.
Well, it's just a lofted ball forward. Vido gets in between 2 England centre-halves who had just switched off. They were coming out, they didn't pick up. Vido goes with the inside of his foot rather than his laces.
But 2-0. Almost became 3-0. Simone Scuffi again making the save, and this time pushing the ball out of the danger area.
Yeah, the only thing for Scuffi on this occasion, he can see that coming all the way from Barker.
But Luca Vido at the other end went even closer, and Angus Gunn would not have got anywhere near that.
It's a great throw in to find Vido in that bit of space. Just bends away from the goal.
Ruben Loftus-Cheek ended the first half with another effort on target, and Simone Scuffi clearly the busier goalkeeper.
Again, it dips on the goalkeeper, has to get both hands to it to push it wide.
Into the second half, and a mistake here, allowing Ruben Loftus-Cheek a run on goal, and Scuffi again was the man to deny England.
Calabrese took too long on the ball, he allowed Loftus-Cheek to close him down. It's another good strike from the midfield player.
Patrick Roberts, at only 5'5", was a real threat all night as well. And this time it was Dele Alli fastening onto an error. And a similar story from the goalkeeper.
Well, that's what England were doing so well in the second half. It looks as though Roberts lost possession, then they close down again. They win it back off the midfield player, Pellegrini. Scuffi, for the first time, makes a good save.
Isaiah Brown this time providing an assist, and it was Ruben Loftus-Cheek to make it 3-0.
And he knows, as he's racing onto that ball, exactly what he's going to do here. Sweeps it into his path on the left foot. The goalkeeper is then teased to come out, and as his feet are moving one way, Loftus-Cheek just lifts the ball into the other corner. It's a great finish, but well played, Isaiah Brown, to hold up the play. 6
goals in 10 games now for Ruben Loftus-Cheek for the under-19s. Changes were made. Italy looked to become more of a threat, but they were vulnerable on the breakaway, and the pace of Alex Kawamia. Ruben Loftus-Cheek again beyond Scuffi, but a combination of Kawamia and Fuster unable to make it 4.
Well, I think Fuster was just about to volley this in with his left foot, but again, Loftus-Cheek, brilliant play to go round the goalkeeper, lifts it with the outside of his right boot. Kawamia just comes off his shin in the end. But he showed his pace here again, counter-attacking. Italy were a very tired side at this point.
Kawamia this time denied by Scuffi, who did superbly well to get up and block the shot from Fuster. And Kawamia's final ball in for a third time was kept up with the goalkeeper. But it finished 3-0 to England. And looking at some of the comparisons, head-to-head during the game, Brendan Galloway played 90 minutes for England, and he had a fine game as well. And Arturo Calabrese found life difficult at times at the heart of the Italian defence. And Ruben Loftus-Cheek, without doubt, England's star man, and Lorenzo Pellegrini probably took that tag for Italy. But in terms of overall quality, it was the Chelsea man who outshone the one from Roma. And Isaiah Brown's 2 goals in the first half really took the eye. Luca Vido, at only 17 years of age, but a different physical stature to Brown, worked hard for Italy, and he'll look back on that chance late in the first half, which whistled just wide. But a really good night again for Sean O'Driscoll's side. 4 wins in a row for England's under-19s, beating Italy by 3-0 from Stuart Robson and myself, Nigel Adderley. It's goodbye from Rotherham.
Well, once the game opens up, what a trick at the end of it. Across these wrong
to recover. For Wormier again. Roberts. And here is Isaiah Brown. Roberts. And here is Isaiah Brown. And that's an early sighter for the Chelsea man. He's been in sparkling form so far this season. Barker. Ali picks out Loftus-Cheek. Scouffet with a save, but Brown makes it 1-0. And England's main players all combine. Ali's ball in. Loftus-Cheek with the header denied. But Brown was there to make absolutely no mistake. Going short towards Brown. Terrific goal! 2 in 5 minutes for Isaiah Brown, and that was a moment of real quality. And it will be Verde! And that's the first thing Angus Gunn has had to do. And it was a very accomplished save. That was moving all over the place. And it's thrown in towards Vito. And this time, Gunn was rooted. Vito very unlucky. Loftus-Cheek. He's been one of the stars so far. He forces another save from Scouffet. Capodossi. Now Calabrese is closed down by Loftus-Cheek. And his goalkeeper bails him out. Casual play by the central defender. Seized upon by Loftus-Cheek. Roberts. This time, Pellegrini. Oh, that's a gift. Here is Dele Alli. And Scouffet excels again for Italy. And with defending like that, he's getting plenty of practice. Brown. Good strength again from him. And he's picked out Ruben Loftus-Cheek. And what a stylish finish to make it 3-0. The two Chelsea men combine. 1-2, 1-2, 1-2, 1-2. Yeah, here I am talking on the mic. 1-2, 1-2, 1-2, 1-2. It's a goal! One, two, three, 4, 5. Okay. Yeah. Ali, Loftus-Cheek. Roberts. Here is Isaiah Brown. An early sighter for the Chelsea man. And even at the age of 17, he has so much promise. Barker, Ali, Loftus-Cheek. The goalkeeper makes the save, but Brown is there. And England's main players all combine. Ali's cross, and although Loftus-Cheek was denied, Brown made no mistake at all. Barker goes short. Here is Isaiah Brown again! What a tremendous goal! 2 in 5 minutes for Isaiah Brown. And this one was a moment of real quality. Verde strikes it! Fine save from Angus Gunn. It's the first thing the England goalkeeper has had to do, and he dealt with it in accomplished fashion. Here is Vino! And this time, Gunn was rooted to the spot. Just faded the wrong way. Loftus-Cheek! And this time, Scouffet able to deal with it. Gavridosi, Calabresi, quickly closed down by Loftus-Cheek. And Scouffet rails his central defender out. The error by Calabresi, seized upon by Loftus-Cheek. Roberts, the real box of tricks. Pellegrini, and he's given it to Dele Alli. Scouffet has been a very busy goalkeeper, thanks to the quality of the Italian defending. Brown underneath the long ball. Strong play again from him, and he's got support from Loftus-Cheek. Stylishly taken, 3-0 to England, and the two Chelsea players combined superbly. Strength and power from Isaiah Brown, and a cool finish from Ruben Loftus-Cheek. England have support again here, and it's Loftus-Cheek beyond the goalkeeper, and Kawamia seemed to take it away from Fuster. Loftus-Cheek heavily involved again. And England can break, and it's the pace of Kawamia. He may not need any support at all. It's still Kawamia. Scouffé beats it out. Fuster! Superb from the goalkeeper again. But now Kawamia again, and for a third time, the Italian goalkeeper denies England. And Kawamia can see the funny side. Roberts. Here is Isaiah Brown. An early sighter for the Chelsea man. And it's the pace of Kawamia. He may not need any support at all. It's still Kawamia. Scouffé beats it out. Fuster! Superb from the goalkeeper again. But now Kawamia again, and for a third time, the Italian goalkeeper denies England. And Kawamia can see the funny side.